Hello, we're back again with another episode of Welcome to Our Lives.
Do you ever feel like you are sad? Do you ever feel other feelings too? Like somehow life isn't always great, and even though you have a family and lots of friends to support you, it still feels like no one understands you. Do you ever want to listen to podcasts with a bunch of guys who think they know stuff even though they're 20-year-olds? Then this podcast is for you. Welcome to our lives.
Alright, so we're back again, and just like we promised last episode, we do have a special guest. Aside from the regular cast of me, Simon, and...
Mr. Elliot Ljungdahl.
Yes, and our special guest, why don't you just introduce yourself?
Oh, wow. My name is Erik Nielsen. I'm a singer-songwriter, and that's what I do. I make music.
And also actor for a short while.
Yeah, exactly. I did my first musical, I think it was a year ago now.
Yeah,
Peter Pan.
Like that, yeah.
It was...
We were actually all in that.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that later.
Was it your first musical too? Because it was mine.
It was, so it's the musical virginity was taken for all of us.
The cherry was popped.
Definitely.
Exactly.
And we mentioned it in the last episode as well.
We did. We kind of hyped it that we were going to have a big guest next week and that we're very excited about it. So thank you for being here. It's awesome.
Thank you for being here.
Well, actually, we are here at your place in Malmö City.
You are at Noble Road.
Exactly. That's a good translation right there. So how do we know each other? We know each other through Peter Pan, actually.
The
Through
musical.
Peter Pan, yeah. The world is kind of small, actually.
It is. So
I think you have some friends that you're friends with my sisters.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Boyfriend.
friends with him, and then by affiliation also your sister.
Exactly.
A little. And so
Exactly.
I've hung out with your mom.
You have?
Sometimes,
Oh my God.
And you're, not like intentionally, just she's
Just
been
hello.
she's been there.
Well,
So
let's skip that one.
Sure.
exactly. Yeah, let's skip that one. So we know each other in a couple of ways actually,
Yeah.
but not really in depth. So that's why we're happy to do this.
brothers from other mothers.
Exactly. So tell us a little how, because I haven't really asked you how you actually got the role of Peter Pan in this musical.
By the way, he's the main star of the... He was
Peter Pan.
I was
We were
Peter
just the
Pan.
Lost Boys hanging after him.
We haven't even said that. We mentioned it in the first episode, but we were the Lost Boys. I was Curly.
I
and,
was Sooner, I think.
Yeah, there were two twins.
Or later.
Sooner
Or later.
I was one of the twins.
Yeah, exactly. So how just like from the start, a little short description. How did you get that job?
Oh, wow. Actually, I don't really know how that happened. But I was participating in a show called Swedish Idol back in 2014. And then I had a concert with the producer of Peter Pan, Emil Sigfridsson.
Yeah.
And then later, after the concert, he was texting me on Facebook, and I really enjoyed making the concert with you.
Yeah.
I think you're a great singer. Would you mind applying for a role that I have for Peter Pan? I was like, okay. Well,
So that kind of felt a bit weird for you because
yeah,
you've never
that
done
felt
any
really
acting.
weird because I've never done it before.
Yeah.
So I was like really nervous about it.
But you had done no acting, right?
No acting
No
at all.
acting at all.
At all.
Yeah.
Well, I've been acting all my life, darling.
More about that later.
More about that later. No, but so he asked me if I wanted to apply for a role, and I was like, okay, what role are we talking about here? And he's like, well, I was thinking about Peter Pan, and I was like, really? I'm going to fly up in the air like with Tinkerbell and everything.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, sure, I think you can do it. And I was like, wow, I don't know if that's me. But anyway, so I said yes, so I came to the first audition, and after that one, I was like hooked, haha.
Pun very intended.
I didn't mean that. Anywho, so after that, I was really looking forward to making my next audition, and I really wanted the role after my first audition. So obviously, I got it.
What was it about it that you really liked?
I think it's mostly the acting part, because the singing, I've been doing
You've been doing that since you were a boy.
Yeah, exactly. Since I was a little tiny lost boy.
Exactly.
References.
Yeah.
Just getting started. So that wasn't like the new thing for me, but the acting was really I really liked the way it made me feel. Like it made me feel really alive and really creative. And it was a new part of the creation part, like the creation. I don't know how to explain it more than it's just
it's magical once you start doing it, because it's like what the fuck is this? This is just a new space where you can create, and it's just a great feeling.
Yeah,
not to mention your role, which is a symbol of youthful energy.
Yeah,
which is a nice persona to have.
It's a symbol of life.
Such a great role.
Yeah.
Like there's such weight to that role. There's so many things that he is bringing to the table when it comes to questions about life, death, childhood, everything.
Exactly.
Death is just another adventure.
Yeah,
exactly. And many people think that Peter Pan is a childish brat, or like a.
You think that reflects upon you?
Well,
I'm not
shots fired.
No, I'm just asking.
Who are you asking? Looking around the room. No, but he's actually it's a deep story. It really is about life and death, and I think most people don't see that. And Hook is supposed to be symbolize death, and Peter Pan is life. So it's really cool.
I remember listening to the intro song and the outro song, which ties together, and they're both very emotional pieces.
Yeah.
And I remember just standing there off stage, about to waiting for my entrance, because I had a small background role there, and I'm just thinking why are these songs making me feel such things? This is a family musical.
I don't want to sit there and cry.
Yeah.
So do you? I actually don't remember the first time I met you during the musical. I don't remember that.
No.
That must have been the first rehearsal, maybe, or the second, or something.
Maybe.
Because you did some rehearsal separately.
I did.
Because of your role, and you had to practice a lot of. You had to practice with lines hanging down from the ceiling and everything. While we were doing the harmonies and all the ensemble dances.
Doing flips in the air.
Yeah, I was. It was really cool, by the way.
How was that first experience when they just pulled out those harnesses and said, "Here we go. Today we're doing the flying"?
Wow, butterflies,
really?
all over the place. Yeah, really, it was really cool. But
actually flying.
Yeah, I was actually flying with some help. But anyway, it was.
But you were in the air, so
it was a couple of meters up. So, and I don't have a problem with heights. So, but anyway, so it was my first time being feeling so free in the air. It was a cool feeling.
It's awesome.
Yeah. But to answer your question, I think that I asked my sister. Or she asked me, have you met Elliot? And I was like, no, I don't.
Oh
think
yeah,
so.
we didn't say. I was actually in the same class. I just graduated from the same class with your sister.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, right. So I was actually thinking about this yesterday, preparing for this.
Okay.
I remember I was in class, another boring Thursday or whatever, social science, I think, and I didn't really know the class at the time because I had dropped out from the IB, and then I jumped into the social science program instead at a new school. And then we were sitting and talking, and this is maybe a week after I got the news that I got a role in Peter Pan. And I was talking about it, and she was like, "Oh, well, that's my brother Erik. He's gonna play Peter Pan." I'm like, "No, you're not. No, you're just lying." And then she was like, "No, I'm not. This is my brother." So that was a weird moment.
Really?
And then I got to know you, and then we just kind of had this connection, all of us. It was really cool.
Yeah. It was a great experience.
Yeah.
I never really had a special moment. I just kind of we rehearsed the Lost Boys separate a couple of times because they really wanted us to bond and actually have a relationship.
And it actually did work.
Yeah, it did.
That was so.
We were pretty tight. Had our own little,
We had the inside jokes in our dressing room, and
too many of them.
But it was great.
So when the
work.
ensemble for the first time was connected all of us, and I saw you for the first time, oh my god, that's the main star. I gotta not screw up. And then you were just such a down to earth guy. I just kind of dropped that right away.
Yeah,
went to after works.
I actually think, if I can analyze a little, I think that's what the producer Emil Sigfusson saw in you. I think he saw obviously the great singing, because you have this great voice, this high pitched,
dem Wales,
kind of. You have this great voice, and I think he saw your charisma, that you had charm. And he thought he could play Peter. I think that was why. because obviously he hadn't seen your acting chops at that time.
No, me
So I think-
neither.
yeah, exactly. So I think that's what he saw.
He really took a chance, if you ask me. Like, I think that it was really brave to ask me, because I don't know if I would do that. So, but it was. I'm really thankful that he did, because it really made me experience a lot of new stuff, musically and in my life. So I think that it has really developed me in many ways.
Because they, like obviously they had more people auditioning for Peter with a lot more theater experience.
Yeah.
And then they still chose you.
Yeah.
That must have been a great thing.
That was the best thing,
Yeah.
actually.
How did your family react to the news?
I think they've stopped reacting. No, but no.
Part of the day.
No, they were really happy for me, of course. I don't think they realized how big it was for me. But of course they were supportive as always. And I think my oldest sister, she was like the most excited one, because she has 2 children. So I think that she saw that they were gonna love it, and they loved it.
And she, because she's now a parent,
Yeah.
she maybe saw some things that your other siblings really couldn't see, because they hadn't had their children yet.
Exactly.
So now a short segue, because we were talking about Peter Pan and youth. What were you like a little boy? Like, if we go from the start here.
Talk about the little lost boy that you mentioned.
Do you ask me, or do you want me to give you my mother's perspective or my sister's? No, just kidding. No, but
Maybe
I
a mix. I don't know.
I think I was a quite what is it, like, full of energy child.
Yeah.
I think I had a lot of creativity, and I think that I had so much energy, to say it like short. Yeah, that's kind of who I am.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, what? So the singing thing.
Yeah.
When did that happen? Like, the first steps.
I don't really know how that started, actually, because I've always, like, seen myself as a singer since I was as young as I can remember. Yeah. That's what my mom tells me anyway. And I don't remember ever being without music in my life. Yeah. I started singing before I could talk, and of course it was nothing no one could understand, but and then I started in a choir, in a gospel children's gospel choir. Yeah. Well, it was interesting, but it made me feel like I really enjoyed going there, except from the God thing. But
the God thing.
But I really think that singing as a child is a really good thing to do if you're into music, and if you like singing. It's a good way of connecting to people
and expressing yourself as well.
Yeah, exactly. And then I got into a music class in my hometown.
And what age was this?
That was around, I think I was like 8 or 9. I don't know. How old are you when you started third grade?
You were very young.
Yeah, I was young.
You started doing that.
Yeah. 9, yeah. So music has been part of my life since I was born.
So what do you think there was a major change from when you were a boy to a teenager? Because there's a lot of things happening in that span of time.
What musically or personally?
Both, I think.
Well, I've been through some things.
Yeah.
And I mean, haven't we all?
Yeah, of course, definitely.
But when I starting to realize that I was gay, I had a really tough road ahead of me. And it really made me feel outside of myself in some way. And outside of society, musically, I think that really not saved me, because I don't think that I would be like dead without it. But I think that
emotionally
it
might have saved you.
Yeah, emotionally, it definitely saved me.
Yeah. And maybe it helped you meet the right people as well.
I think so too. Yeah, and
that's a good point.
And like for myself, like getting to know myself through music. I think like when I started writing songs and I started to express my feelings, I think that really helped me definitely, and like listening to music is so underrated. To me, like to me that is so powerful.
I don't think I could imagine life without music.
No one can. I mean, take music away from
It's
movie,
everywhere.
and the movie's totally dead.
Yeah, it's
Just
everywhere.
forget your headphones at home one day and you'll understand.
Yeah, you're super
What do I do
angry
now? So, like, if I may ask you, when did you realize? When did you start thinking that you might be gay?
Yeah, because this is a podcast about life lessons, so don't be afraid to hold back.
Yeah.
No.
We've already had quite some deep discussions.
Yeah.
Good. No, I think that it's important to ask those kinds of questions, because if I can help someone else, I think that is
Exactly.
the best thing that I can do.
Yeah.
I started realizing that I was gay when I was around. I was really young, maybe 7. I know that some people experience this later, but my experience is that many people, they have a feeling. They don't know how to express it. They don't know how to explain it, but it's just a feeling. And I think that if you are gay, I think that it can be really scary sometimes. It can be frustrating, scary, shameful.
Sorry to cut you off, but like in a world where there are so many negative opinions towards gay people, and especially as a young little child, to face that, I mean, you must be incredibly brave to just kind of admit it to yourself, I think.
Yeah, but, well, at first I didn't admit it. That's the problem. I came out when I was around 16.
So you had known this for like maybe 8-9 years.
Yeah, exactly.
All
like
of
as
high
a
school.
child, when I was
High
like
school,
7, it wasn't like I wasn't aware of it as I am today, of course. But when I look back, when I was around 11, 12, puberty, you start to feel things. I started looking at boys instead of girls. And I didn't. Of course, that is something that you don't want that to happen when you're young, and you don't recognize it. It's not how it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
So it's really scary. But when I look back, I can really see things from my childhood that is like, okay, of course I knew that I was gay when I was like maybe even younger than 7, maybe 5. Like I've always felt gay.
Yeah, exactly. But you hadn't faced it. So
Exactly.
how did classmates and family react to this one day?
Like many people were so cool with it, and I was really shocked about that, because I had built up this whole thing that they're gonna hate me.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not gonna love me anymore. The only one that really had a problem with it at first was my mom.
Yeah, I've heard about this actually.
Yeah,
I haven't.
and that was really hard for me and for her. So we had a couple of years that wasn't the best, but today she's like the greatest, and now.
Yeah,
she's
so she kind of realized.
Now she's totally a fag hag. No, but
what a U-turn that came.
No, but really, she's made I really admire her for that, because she's really made a huge journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge, with capital H.
Yeah. I'm very happy for you as
me too.
as a friend and as a human being that she changed her perspective.
Yeah,
And that
I
she
mean,
could
I think that
see
is really
the truth.
I think that is so important. If she wouldn't have come around, that maybe I wouldn't have been where I am today. I don't think so anyway.
Well, mothers are such a huge part of our lives.
Yeah.
They're everything to us. And if they don't accept us, our world, the world that you have built is just going to fall apart. And
Definitely.
Sure, maybe you can recover from it, but there's always going to be like a hole in you, I think.
Yeah.
Something that is missing.
I think so too. So we've talked about this many times, and every time we talk about it, it really makes us both sad, because we know that it wasn't like representative of what we stand for. But I think that is, at the same time, it's really sad that it turned out that way. But it really made me who I am in some way, because I feel like that kind of doubt that she had on me and that I had on myself, it really it forced me to really try to understand myself.
Yeah.
And like ask these deep questions about.
Yeah, so there was maybe
existence.
there was something good in this that you could learn.
Yeah, a lot of good. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want someone else to experience it, but I think that it has made me who I am, and I mean that's the way it is. You can't go back in time, not yet.
Yeah, not yet. It'll be here soon.
Yeah.
Talking about homosexuality and
Yeah.
being who you are and standing up for other people's rights. You have made the official pride song of the town where you're from, which is huge. Because this is not, it's not a homophobic town in that way. I feel. I mean, I might be talking out of my ass because I'm not gay myself, but it's not like, it doesn't feel like a really homophobic town. But it's not really the pride town itself either.
No.
Am I right about that, or?
I think you're right. Yeah, I think that many people, and I mean that when 2,000 people, which is a lot in our city, they were walking for equality and for human rights and gay rights.
That was
massive.
Such a big thing.
Yeah, that was a big thing. So I think that is a good start for the pride of our city. Yeah.
So you made the official pride song, and with your permission, we'd like to play just a little snippet of that right now.
Yeah, sure.
We're on our way to a better place. Make a change today to a state of the grace. We are different, but we're quite the same. This is a message of love. Celebrate your love. Celebrate your love tonight, tonight. Celebrate your love. Celebrate your love tonight. Come on and celebrate.
All right, so that was "Celebrate Your Love"
Yeah.
by, well, we're Swedish, so I say Erik Nielsen.
Yeah.
But the more American way is Erik Nielsen.
Erik Nielsen. Yeah.
It's Danish, isn't it? Your last
It
name?
is. I have my grandfather. He's from Denmark, so
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I
Cool
guess
little
that's
side
why my
note.
name is Nielsen. but-
Yeah. So what was your process in creating that song? It must have been huge to get that request.
Yeah.
You got it from like the local. How do you even explain?
Yeah, Pride organization.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. So I got the request, and when they asked me, I felt really honored because I could see that it was going to be a big thing. So I said yes immediately, of course.
Yeah.
And then I got home, sitting by my piano, trying to write some things, and I couldn't really make it, like, I didn't feel I didn't know what to write about. But there was this word coming up like around all in my head all the time: celebration and celebrate. So I started playing with the word celebrate, and all of a sudden, when I had my colleague, my songwriting colleague Patrick, and we were sitting in my living room where we're sitting right now, and he played a chorus part. When celebrate your love, that part, like that.
So he played that on the piano.
He played it on the guitar.
tunes. Oh, the guitar.
Yeah, because I had a phrase like about celebration and stuff, and he was like, "But if you do like this way," and then we worked on it from that chorus. So the chorus "Celebrate Your Love" was the start.
So that was the foundation.
Yeah,
I think that's a really good foundation. Like
yeah,
it's
so simple.
literally the first thing you wrote was "Celebrate Your Love," and then you could build upon that.
yeah, and it was really simple actually, and I think that is key to many songs. Less is more, actually. I think that people want to listen to great lyrics and great melodies, but I don't think that people can be so. They need stuff that is simple.
Yeah, if it's easy to remember, then
Exactly.
it's easy to walk away with the lesson as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like personally, I feel like as long as there's some message to it, there's some deep meaning.
Exactly.
Then if it's repetitive or if it's very pop-like, that's the tools you use for people to remember it and to share it.
Repeat stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, repeat is actually a key word here. Repeats and great melodies and
Yeah.
well, I think that the
That's
song
the
turned
magic
out
formula.
well. Yeah.
And when it works, so there's no denying that. There's
Yeah.
nothing bad about it either.
No, I mean, and as I said, as long as there's some deep meaning and something you can learn about it,
Yeah.
then I think it's great, and you definitely have that in your music.
As long
Thank
as
you.
you
Really
take this tool and you use it with the purpose of getting a good message out there instead of just cashing in.
Yeah. No, I think
But
that
you had really good intentions as well.
yeah, I tried to in everything that I write. I don't want to write things that I cannot connect to myself. That would be like so. It would feel so wrong. That's why I would never sing about a girl if I don't like mean in a friendly way. Because if I need to sing about something about a gender, then I sing about guys because that's what.
Well, that's your love.
Yeah.
So that's what you sing
Like,
about.
I mean,
of
imagine
course.
if you had a producer that forced you to change yourself to bi just so you could market yourself to girls.
Yeah,
more.
That would be horrible.
Yeah.
But I mean
So-
that is one thing that I'm very, very strict with when I work with people.
Yeah.
I if I have like lyrics from another songwriter, and it's about a girl, and I was like, I cannot sing this.
Yeah.
Like this is not a song for
It's
me.
not honest.
Exactly, it's not honest, and it wouldn't be me. It would feel fake, and therefore it would be fake. So I'm trying to be very open with like we need to change these things if I'm gonna sing that.
Yeah.
Honesty and true passion is something we need more of in this
Yeah,
industry.
staying true to
Definitely.
yourself. That is like the
Yeah.
best thing ever.
And like it's an industry built on how you feel and how you express it. So if it feels fake, it's gonna be fake.
Yeah,
And people they're gonna tell. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to be able to connect to others if you can't be true to yourself?
That is really well said, Simon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. Now, what has been your greatest inspiration in life, in music, and in all of it?
That was a really tough question.
Yeah, that might not be easy.
But I think that question has many answers.
Yeah.
I think that musically, I'm very inspired by the old school R&B, pop. Like a couple of singers and songwriters are Stevie Wonder, Mariah Carey. I love like the early stuff of Justin Timberlake.
I think you can all of these artists. I think you can kind of feel the essence of their music also in a way in your music that
Thank
you've
you.
been inspired by it. Yeah,
That's a huge
it is
compliment.
Yeah, it is.
So I really think that's really sweet. No, but I think musically they're like a huge inspiration. I have many more artists, of course. I love like the deep lyrics of Adele that she writes, and Max Martin, of course. Everyone loves Max Martin.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant producer and songwriter. So I try to listen to people in general that are better than me. That
I think you have to do that. Though.
yeah, of course, and that I look up to. I think that is
Exactly.
what makes me better. That makes me develop my own skills and like working with people like my producer Dick Erno and my writing colleague Patrick Sutter Green. Sutter Green, Sutter again.
It's very American here.
Yeah.
But we speak an American accent because we're addicted to the media, and we have been for television and video games since we were little boys.
Yeah.
So if the Brits somehow had conquered Europe after the World War, then we would be talking like this right now. I think.
Oh hell no. A lot of people.
Do some British.
A lot of people think that. Okay, I'm not even gonna try.
People are gonna be offended by my bad
Yeah,
imitation
exactly.
of a British accent.
A lot of people think
fuck
that
'em.
we here in Sweden speak with a British accent because of the approximation and distance.
A
But-
relay.
Oh,
Are
really?
you kidding
Yeah,
me?
really?
No, that's not. I think most people here speak in an American accent, or like a Swedish American version kind of mix.
Yeah, kind of.
A lot
And
of
then the
our-
teachers speak British because they think this is the correct form.
Yeah,
like
a
we're
lot
like,
of
screw
our
you.
teachers
I
speak
want
English
cheeseburgers.
because of they've been there for business trips. In,
Oh yeah,
in Britain. So,
Drinking-
with teachers
drinking tea.
conferences. Yes.
Yeah, but my teachers they have actually been like teaching in American English. So
Yeah. Well, that's good. I had my English teacher in high school spoke with like Cockney accent.
oh.
Oh
And
Jesus
that
Christ!
was terrifying.
You're
I
like, what are
can
you
imagine.
saying? I'm scared. So
But, what was the question now again?
the greatest inspiration.
The greatest inspirations. Yeah. So except from my colleagues in the music business and musically, it's of course my friends and my family and my the things that I go through. Like that is what I write about.
Yeah.
And what most people go through. Like it's heartache and it's heartbreak and it's it's fear and it's anger and it's love.
Have
So
you?
that's what I'm writing about.
Have you been depressed?
Yeah, I have.
Me too.
Yeah, and that is a motherfucker.
It is. Wow.
But it's. I mean that when you go through it and when I look back on that time when I was depressed,
Yeah.
First of all, I think you really should make up your mind that okay, I'm allowed to feel this way right now. I'm allowed
I
to
agree.
be. I'm allowed to feel this way. This is okay.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go through it, and I'm
Exactly.
gonna go through it, and I'm gonna come out stronger. I think that is a really important mindset to focus on.
Exactly, and that's like, it's very difficult when you're in that situation, especially if you're suicidal like I've been. A truth bomb right there. It's very, like, when you're in that mode, it's like you can only see, it's like your vision's been decreased. You can only see like a particle of what you saw before. You can't see all the happiness and all the options you had earlier, or that you still actually have. You can only see things are useless, pathetic, and I just want to die. But when you feel like that, I guess if I had to give any advice, is just try to get up. Try to talk to people that you love. Try to do something.
Yeah.
Just pick up that sock, because it's a huge victory when you're in that gutter. And then, and get help, obviously. Therapists and even medicine.
That is really good as well.
Yeah,
the best
I think
advice,
therapy is probably the best thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
speak to a professional.
Exactly, and then slowly, and you're not even gonna notice it at first. Like, it's not gonna go like that.
No, exactly.
You're just gonna wake up one day and you'll be like, hey, I guess I'm kind of okay.
Keep yourself occupied as well.
Yeah, and that might not mean that you're cured,
No.
but you're better.
One step at a time.
But
Exactly.
nobody is perfectly happy.
No.
I don't think so either. And if
Not
they
all the
say they
time.
are, they're lying.
I think that's
At least
great
I want them to
hear,
be.
I think it's great to hear you, Erik, say that, because a lot of artists and whatnot, they're told to keep up this perfect persona, to be a role model,
Just
an
look happy.
inspiration.
Yeah.
But everybody is flawed and damaged, and I think that's what a lot of people need to hear. That even their inspirations also have flaws. So.
I totally agree with you, and I think that to be the best role model, to be the best one you can be, I think it's really important to be true and to be open. If you go through something and you feel like talking about it, then talk about it.
You must.
Because
talk
that
about
is
it.
like, many people at home listening to this maybe think that some people are living life without obstacles, but of course we all do, and we need to go through them. And if we talk about a depression, that is really serious. That is like a serious, like, almost it's a disease. It is, because
it
it
is.
really gets on,
And people,
it really affects you.
People tend to compare. They're like, well, just get up.
Yeah.
Jesus, why can't you just go to work?
Yeah.
But they wouldn't tell someone with cancer that.
No, exactly.
And some people might be thinking now, well, you can't compare cancer because that's deadly. Well, depression is really fucking deadly.
Yeah, it is.
In a lot of times. So
Yeah.
I'd say that depression and suicides leading from it are caused to more deaths than cancer, probably.
I don't know, maybe in the same ballpark at least.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
comparable.
I don't know. So has this depression been has that been your greatest challenge?
It definitely was one of my greatest challenges.
Yeah.
You also spoke about your brief relationship with your mother there as one.
Yeah, and
major
that was
challenge.
one tough experience. I mean that they all they all together make me the one I am today. And I think that without my depression, so it feels weird to say it, and I don't mean it in a negative way, and I don't mean to offend anyone, but I think that my depression actually helped me become a better person and a better human.
And for someone that is suffering from it right now, you're not going to agree with it. I'm just going to put it out there. You're not going to agree with it. But when you get better, I'm telling you, you will if you just stick to it. If you just keep on living, keep on doing things.
I mean, it's healthy to, at least for a while, not think that everything is perfect or all right. I mean,
yeah,
you
because
learn
it's a
to be-
facade. It's
you-
not
yeah,
true.
you learn to be more true to yourself, honest and modest and humble.
Exactly. I actually think I've learned some things about it as well. I learned that I can take it. I'm still standing here, and we're doing this great podcast, and we're having a really good conversation that is meaningful. I think that's what you learn, that you can keep going, and that you can allow yourself that it's shit right now. It's all dark, but the sun will set for you someday.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think it really will.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Important.
So
Shall we play another one of your fresh tracks before we move on?
let's do that. Which one should we play? Do you have a suggestion, Erik?
I think we're gonna play I'll Go.
Okay, this is I'll Go by Erik Nielsen.
Reminding me of everything we had is gone. and you'll never follow. Yeah, I'll go, and I'm never looking back. Oh, I'll go with my pain and sorrow. You'll see we weren't meant to be.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, I've heard that song a lot of times. So we have a couple of minutes left. I want to ask you two things.
Mm-hmm.
One, today, are you a happy person?
I am a happy person in the sense of that I'm a majority of my time I spend being happy. But I don't think that being happy means being happy all the time.
No.
I think
It
that
means-
happy for me is when you're not depressed and
Yeah.
you don't have more negative feelings than you do with like happy feelings.
Yeah, like
Because-
things are okay. I think that's what happiness is about. Things
Yeah.
are okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to be sad as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is a part of like
you will
that is
be-
a huge contrast to be happy, and
You have
and
to
it's
be sad
important
as well.
contrast. Yeah, and if you're not feeling sad, I mean, sadness is a huge part of life, and it's a very good feeling if it's healthy.
Yeah.
Healthy sadness is truly developing.
You gotta have some rainy days before you appreciate the sunshine.
Yeah,
And
and there
then-
comes the rainbow.
Exactly. Yeah, it will. But like, without this rain, I don't think you can write the music sometimes
No,
that you do.
I mean, look at Adele. Oh my God, she wouldn't be a worldwide successful
Yeah, she's sad all the
artist.
time. It seems like, and
Yeah.
she's making billions of dollars.
Yeah,
So that makes her happy. Money makes you happy.
yeah.
No, but yeah,
right.
it's one of the. I think it's one of the greatest inspirations ever for artists. Sadness and depression and just feeling like shit.
Like the,
That and like the opposite of feeling in love and really happy. Those two things, I think, are the major.
I had a
players.
feeling we would be talking about this today, and that's why I picked this shirt, which for you listening says a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor.
That's true.
And
That's
then-
really true.
And then there's a bearded Viking guy with a yellow cap on.
He's kind of
Oh
hot.
yeah, he has a pipe as well.
Yeah, don't forget the pipe, man.
Simon was talking to me about this on the ride here on the bus. We got on the wrong bus because I'm an idiot.
It's good. It's pretty. It's
But
pretty
we're
poor
here now.
design. The words are of different fonts and sizes, so it's pretty hard to read for the
Yeah,
first
I
time.
was like, Jesus, how do you decipher
It
this?
says a skilled sailor, smooth sea, something.
Moral of the story: life is hard sometimes, and then you get up, and then it gets better.
Yeah, and that is like the key sentence. It gets better because
Yeah, I agree.
it truly is. When I was depressed and I was questioning myself, I really felt that some things I try to hold on to stuff that I heard that felt sensible, and I try to be a rational guy, a rational human being.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
hard
try to
though
listen-
when you're
it
depressed.
is really
Yeah.
hard, and I think that if you try to be rational and really, of course you're gonna be emotional about it. That's like it's all about emotions. Depression is
yeah.
emotions,
Exactly.
but I mean, listen to people that are rational, and I did that. I mean, I listened to people that try to my therapist and many other people around me and on YouTube and wherever I could find like words of wisdom that is truly. And I think that most people are so clear that they can see that there is some truth in it. And like, okay, I might not feel this way right now, but I think that I'm possibly can.
There's
in some way.
something. There's
Yes,
some
something.
small thing within us that
Exactly.
says go on, even though it doesn't feel like it. But it's like
Exactly.
an automatic thing. What I found when I was in the deepest of pits of sadness and despair. I got really poetic here. Can't we just write a quick song now, Erik?
Yeah,
Just,
sure.
Bring
no,
up the guitar. Here's
exactly.
Wonderwall.
Here's Wonderwall. No, what I found was you look for information. So it's like you're trying to cure yourself as you're doing this. You're looking. I was Googling, I was YouTubing, I was talking to people all the time because I wanted to see, like, does it actually get better? Because I was seriously wondering, does it? Because I didn't think it would. And when people said, it gets better. I would
Like a scientific question.
yeah,
Does
like
it get
can it actually get better?
Yeah.
And then when I found people that said, "Hey, it gets better," it made me tear up. It made me cry because I got so emotional, and also I got angry because like no, fuck you, it doesn't get better. It hasn't been better for a while now, so why would it?
It's like you're walking in the mud and everybody's just riding their bikes next to you, and they're like, "Don't worry, you'll get a bike soon."
Exactly. It's like, no, I can't see a bike anywhere. That was a weird
analogy.
symbol. Yeah, but it was funny though. I get it. So you try to cure yourself, and then one day something happens, and you're like, "Oh shit, I'm kind of okay now."
Get your bike.
And then you get your bike. That's great.
It might be like a one-wheel broken bike, but it's something.
It's better than walking in the mud.
Yeah.
It is, definitely.
That was a weird
So
analogy.
now we have one final question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, was that the second question? Because you said one thing was "Are you happy now?"
Exactly, and then I just didn't say anything else.
Am I happy now? Yeah.
I gotta pick up on these threads.
Yeah,
Right? Someone
no.
has to.
So to answer your question,
Because
yeah, I am happy now.
Yeah.
I'm happy you're happy.
Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome. So we talked a bit about time traveling before, so we can tie the dots here. Really professional.
Oh.
If you could go back in time and just give yourself one piece of advice, or someone that was in similar shoes as you were in, what would you say to them? Do you think there's a God? It feels like it's the same kind of question.
No, I don't think. I don't believe in God.
There are
Feels like-
people out there
feels like
who
a very
right
difficult
now
question.
are going through what you did back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
So
would you tell yourself?
Yeah, what would you tell these
Why
people?
would I tell
and yourself?
myself? Oh, there are so many things I would want to say, but I don't think that. I don't think that would help. By the time, I don't think that I would. If I of course, if I was like me, going back in time, like, hey, look at me, I'm great now. Look, do you see? I've
you
grown
see I'm
beard
you?
and everything, and I'm like,
Look, I've got your facial features. I'm you.
I'm you, and I'm looking.
It would
good.
still feel like another person, though. It wouldn't feel like
It would
you're,
feel-
you're you. You're not someone else in your room.
Exactly, and me in like
Or at least
4 or 5 years ago was a totally different guy.
Yeah. Okay, but let's rephrase the question. If you could have known something from this time at that time, what would that be? Do you think?
It gets better.
Yeah.
That is actually a key sentence here. I think that it's really important to actually believe that the scientific answer of that is yes, it gets better, and it gets better, and maybe you don't feel like it gets better as fast as you want it to, but it really does, and just hang on that.
Exactly. It gets better.
I think we have the title of our episode, guys.
I actually thought about that. Like, I think we're gonna name this episode "It Gets Better."
It gets better. It truly does.
So we're very happy to, because we were like, okay, we want some guests, both for our sake, so we can grow, and that we can have deeper conversations with people that have been through such interesting things that you have, and then I view you as a friend and someone I can really trust and talk to.
Likewise.
That's nice to hear. So I'm really happy that we could do this.
Yeah.
All three. It looked like a while that it was just going to be you and me, and I'm happy Simon also could tag along. He had to run away from his driving lessons to do this.
I
Not
didn't
drive
mi-
away
no,
because
I
you don't
didn't-
have the license yet.
I didn't miss a driving lesson. I just had one this morning that I had to like run straight from the lesson then to the train station. I was just gonna study theory anyway, so I can do that on the train.
Yeah.
So I need to give a piece of advice now when you're getting your driver's
Oh, here we
education.
go.
So
Here we go.
don't do Pokemon Go while driving. That's not a good idea.
Shit, you were doing that though the other
No.
day, weren't you?
Oh my god,
You
that's
shouldn't do
not
that,
good.
Simon.
Oh no!
That was a
Actually,
joke.
I just need to tell you one small little thing about Pokemon Go. Yes, I'm a nerd. Oh, I admit it. Okay.
Yeah, you said that when we came here that you've started playing it.
Yeah, now I'm stuck. It was such a bad idea. Oh my god.
That's why
What
I'm
am
like,
gonna
I
do?
don't think I should try heroin.
No.
That's what I feel like now, but maybe I will.
You
That
guys
heroin is.
got
No,
to
but
try.
Pokemon Go is really cool. But so I was walking across the street, and I didn't. Of course, this is so stupid. Why am I even talking about this? But I was walking, and it was red, and I didn't notice because I
The
was
light
in
was red at the crosswalk.
Yeah, and I was in like I was so in the game. I
Yeah.
was so into catching my Pikachu, which I didn't
Yeah.
get anyway because it freaking like it was what do you say lagged? Do you say lag?
Yeah,
like-
this is what you hear about, and this what I imagine what we're gonna hear now in a couple of seconds is what we're hearing in the news now. People dying in traffic because of this game.
Well, I think that it's potentially dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
actually is. But
you just walked right out.
yeah. So please, listeners, be be open about this thing and like don't try to to be too close about it as I was,
Yeah.
because it can end up really bad.
Just look up from your phone once in a while.
Yeah.
But there's a Charizard on the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not worth your life, man.
I would risk my life for a Charizard in the highway.
Okay, true though.
Just put up traffic cones, redirect it. It's worth it.
Stop.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for
we're-
coming.
I hope we can talk to you more in the future.
We're having him.
Yeah.
Well, he's having us
we're
in his
here,
in his
sort of-
place.
Yeah, that's true.
And we're having you on this podcast.
Yeah. And
That
don't
is-
forget, there's always tomorrow.
Oh shit! Oh, that's a song from Peter Pan.
Yeah.
I've cried sometimes
Yeah, me
to
too.
that song.
Me too.
You should
What's-
Google it. There's always tomorrow, Peter Pan.
I don't
And
think
it
we
really
could-
ties into the depression thing we were talking about in
we
life.
couldn't get
in
the
general.
rights for that to the outro.
No, but I think we should. I think we should end with one of your songs. What song do you think would be appropriate for ending this introspective?
Tie up the knot.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a tough one. Do you have any suggestions?
I know a couple of your songs.
Let's just mention that Erik Nielsen's songs are available on Spotify, everyone.
Exactly. Just
And Apple Music and iTunes and worldwide, everywhere.
we will put up all the links.
Yeah, but I think that we can end with. I think there's a nice symbolic touch to my song "Won't Cry," which is about. Of course, people are sad, and I was sad when I wrote the song, but I wasn't gonna let it affect me and destroy me, and because of course we need to cry in a. That's really healthy. I'm pro crying, but
Yeah,
you shouldn't cry. You shouldn't cry too much.
When you don't have to.
No, you don't have to. You can make it. Like, to me, this song is about empowering. It makes me feel empowered by the song and the lyrics. So I think that is a appropriate song to end with.
Let's end with that. Thank you, Erik.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
We'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Have a safe trip home.
Thank you. Thank you. I think that's it.
You don't know what to do to me. You're acting so